Here I am again. It's like you can't get enough of me, huh? I can't get enough of y'all. Oh, I need things straightened out. Yeah, so in the middle of my work here, I thought I would do a quick little thing. I just came from one of my favorite channels, and I do like this guy Pockets, but I will tell you, he's got quite some meanness to it. All right, he's gonna have to be a little bit more nicer before his he's got something inside him that he's gonna have to he's so spiritual and stuff like that. But no, not really. He's like me. He talks, he uses the terrible words and stuff like that, but he's a guru, and stuff like that. And me too. I'm one of these. I'm a spiritual guru here on the web guru. And so, it's we're doing our best to try to help things out, But I would kind of tell you that he's guru on the outside, you know, where you still get a lot of half truths out of him, and you get me. I'm a guru. I'm on the inside. All right, I'm giving you the dope, man. I'm giving you the best of everything. And so I'm going to make this quick. All right. This is a couple of more. I'm dealing with this because of the last, the business of all these symbolisms and falling into these different categories in our world, and number 4 and stuff like that. So I wanted to share with you some more things. This is a different graph. All right. This is Zechariah 7, 9, and 10, 9 and 10. So I'm talking to you today about your brother, all right? And if this idea of the 3 of you being, mother and father and a child, this is the 3. This is the business, all right? And most of the time, that's representing these first 3, this idea here, because a spiritual sense of us, is something that's invisible. And well, I don't know that I want to talk about it like that. This is the idea. When you come into this world and you don't have God in you, you're missing Father. All right? No, you're missing Mother. All right? We are all following Father. Okay? That's where this one works this out. I wanted to show you. This shows up in here. It says, thus speaketh the Lord, saying, execute true judgment, and and show mercies and compassions, every man to his brother, and oppress not the widow, the fatherless, the stranger, the poor. I just wanted to use these on you again because these are not all different people, although on the outside, when you're looking at it, yeah, these are all people. There's poor people, there's fatherless people, there are motherless people, or whatever. The whole idea is that it's this connection to God is all they're talking about. And when we are not connected to God, be male or female, you're missing your other half. And this keeps you from being able to have children. All right. Or in some of these stories, it's the woman doesn't have a husband, but she has her son, and her son dies. And then she's like, oh my God, she's got nothing now. So, but that means that there's just, so God would heal the child, so that she could still operate. That's the whole idea. But this is how you know what it is. This is what a widow is: someone who's poor, someone who is not connected to God. This is where you get poverty from, the word poverty. So when I tell people enjoy your poverty, it's not meaning like, go and, eat your food out of, tin cans or whatever. The whole idea is that that's what poverty is being disconnected from God. That's all it is. No matter how much of reading and stuff. He says if you don't have the Jesus and the God in you, you just don't have it in you. It just, no amount of belief is going to happen. All right, till you do your works. So this idea that this shows up on 9 and 10, and the whole story is underneath the chapter 7. So this is jumping over this other side. You need your brother to do this. This is why you've got to have your brother intact, all right? Or without him, you're unable to birth or to get rid of this grievous head wound, So the thing is that, you understand that this is what the body, the brethren, the body itself, this is where the stranger represents in this, like the physical. And remember, all these strangers, any of those strangers that comes close to the tabernacle, bam, dies. And this is what we want. We actually do. We want to creep closer and closer to this and being scared to death, and then bam, dead. That's what we want. Okay? But a good number of us are running around poor as hell. No matter how rich you are. In your spiritual department, you are poor. All right? And in those other stories, we were talking about this, one of my favorite stories, it says that this becomes a very vacant place. It's vacant. It's empty. It's been robbed. It's been stolen. So this is where, woe unto you, the Pharisees. The Pharisees would fall in this one here for robbing the widow, and stealing her house blind. So this is what it means. So I'm kind of mixing all these things up, but it's about the brother. Here we have down here, it says, so execute thy judgment. It's the son. This would be your son. You're the father. The son would be this guy. The father leaves it up to the son to do the judgment on him. He's the one that's going to do the judge. He's the one that's going to stand before the Lord, and he's going to tell on us. That's the whole point of this whole operation. So execute true judgment, and that's why they have put it on with this, and every man to his brother. And when I read that, I said, that sounds really familiar. And of course, when we are reading in Jonah, all right, look, along the same line. This is Jonah 1:7, all right? It's the first chapter, but it's still the line number 7. And it says, and they said, everyone to his fellow. Everyone to his fellow. And this ship doesn't have any women on it, So it's during this idea, it's every man to his brother. And so this is right before, they bring up Jonah and toss him over the side. And now the skin's rid of him. He's gone. And really, he just threw the skin away. It's what it is. That was the ship that he was being carted away on. All right. Tossed into the great blue ocean. And I don't know what color it was, but the idea of landing in a fish is being engulfed by the truth. Fish are truth. That's the whole idea about casting your net over to the right side, drawing up all these fish. We get wisdom and the truth, and we are comforted by this, and then restored right back out onto the land. Not a hair on our head was brought, Nothing rotted or nothing while he was in there. Didn't have to worry about breathing or anything. He was connected to God. But that's in the darkness. Well, that's a different story. So you would see, this is what caused me to do this. Is add more to this story. The idea that it's your brother. Without your brother, you're a widow. Without your mama, you're a widow, whether you be a female or not, because I believe that they'll be calling on the damsel in these stories. The damsel and your brother could very well be the same thing. you know, but they talk more about, you know, your brother, because this is a pulse from the male side of us. It's actually supposed to represent the lower mind, and both women and men carry the same brain, and so they will be birthing the same male something. All right, that's all that's about. All right. So I love you guys. Thought you got. Hope you get something out of this. All right. Hope it wasn't too long. You know that last one took me almost 2 or 3 hours to upload. These motherfuckers. All right. Oh, I've been trying not to cuss. Shit. God damn. I'll talk to you later. Bye.